This week on Cruisin' New England. Beautiful blue water, lush green islands, antique-style wooden speedboats, and classic lake cruises. Why, this must be Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. And I want to welcome you to another episode of Cruisin' New England. Today we're in Meredith, New Hampshire for the Lake Winnipesaukee Antique and Classic Boat Show. Today we're going to see a tremendous array of old boats. We're even going to take some of them right out on Lake Winnipesaukee. All this and more on Cruisin' New England. All my life I've been cruising New England, meeting great people, visiting amazing places, and discovering wonderful classic and custom car collections, nostalgic automobilia, and so much more. Come on and join our adventure. I'm Paul Medette. Let's go cruising. Closed captioning for Cruisin' New England on Nesson is being brought to you by New England Recycling. Waste put to work. Cash for Gold, the place to sell your unwanted gold and diamonds. Where you sell your jewelry is as important as where you buy it. We at Cash for Gold are gold and diamond specialists. We will buy all size diamonds, gold chains, rings, bracelets, silver coins, and even broken jewelry. Often we pay 2 to 3 times higher than pawn shop prices. We also pay up to 90% of the daily price of both diamonds and gold. We are the original, authentic, family-run Cash for Gold and have been for over 35 years. Visit us at 527 South Broadway, Route 28 in Salem, New Hampshire.
Your special moments are something to remember. For weddings, portraits, and special events, contact Sparks Fly Photography.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Auto Rust Technicians. We've been welding and sandblasting and undercoating cars for over 35 years. If you got those problems, give us a call.
Hi, I'm Jim Grundy. Many of you know me as the old original of Collector Car Insurance at Grundy. Well, today I'm here to introduce something new. We call it the Motor Vehicle Programmer MVP. MVP is designed to offer you the same great coverage with agreed value and incredible rates, not just on your collector cars, but on your daily drivers, your motorcycles, your motorhomes, your pickup trucks. If it goes over the road, we can insure it on MVP. To get a quote, call our 800 number or visit us online.
I'm Dick Shappy and deal in the finest classic motor cars, cycles, and vintage parts to collectors all over the world, but we're right here in New England. Vintage cars are like vintage wine. Both get better with proper care and time. I offer a luxury experience that's by appointment only. So check out my website, classiccars.ws, or call me at 401-521-5333 to find your personal piece of history.
We're back and we're at the Lake Winnipesaukee Antique and Classic Boat Show, and I'm here with Dennis Schauer. And Dennis, tell us a little bit about what you have going on here today.
Well, thanks for being here. This is the 40th show that we have had here in New England. We've got a terrific day. We've got a maxed out group of boats. We're at about 80. Well, we're going to see everything from canoes that are in the 20s and teens even, to reproduction boats such as these made by the Turcotte Company. They're reproduction Garwoods. We're going to see some cruisers on the far side. We will see some what we would call classic boats that are Glasstrons in the first iteration of moving into the plastic groups.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's a lot to see, and I can't wait to get going. What do you say we start?
All right, well, let's do it.
You must be Scott Robinson.
You must be Paul from Cruisin' New England.
I am. I understand this is your project here this year.
I am the show chair for the 40th annual Lake Winnipesaukee Antique and Classic Boat Show. We welcome all types of boats as long as they're pre-1970.
Now, I understand we're going to have a look at a lot of these boats here today, and we're also going to take a couple of them right on Lake Winnipesaukee.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm ready to get going. What about you?
Absolutely. Let's go. Paul, let me introduce you to Mr. Marriott.
How do you do?
How are
Mr.
you?
Marriott?
Nice to meet you, Paul.
Boy, you have a wonderful boat here. Can you tell us about it?
Scotty 2. Yeah, well, the Dunsford family lived next door to us up here in New Hampshire, and they had Scotty 1 and Scotty 2 back in the 20s and raced both boats. The Scotty II, I believe, was raced nationally in the Gold Cup races. And along about 1948, when I was about 16 years old, I went for a ride in Scotty II, the original one, and it was going about 50 miles an hour, had a big Packard in it, and it was a big thrill. And later on, I had this boat reproduced, and the exact same specs as Scotty II, only this has got a V8 Hisso engine in it. So it's as close to being original as you can get without being original.
Classic car guys want to know, is this thing trailered or is this thing driven?
It's driven.
Do you drive it enough?
Oh yeah, not enough.
Not enough.
Never enough. No.
Sounds just like the classic car hobby.
That's right. A lot of fun to drive. Sounds great. Runs great.
Well, it's a beautiful boat, and thank you for sharing it with our viewers here today.
Nice to see you all.
Very good. When we come back, a lot more for Lake Winnipesaukee at the Winnipesaukee Antique and Classic Boat Show, all here on Cruisin' New England.
Order a bunch of parts to get ready for the car show this weekend?
And I got a hot deal, too.
You think? Think again.
Oh, man.
Tired of back orders? You need NPD. With 4 strategically located superstores, orders are shipped direct to your door within 1 to 3 business days. National Parts Depot has quality restoration parts for Ford Truck, Mustang, Camaro, Chevelle, and Firebird. For your free catalog, visit NPD online or call toll-free.
Find out what's happening. Get up-to-date information as I travel throughout New England and beyond. To get exclusive information and behind-the-scenes photos, join me on Facebook.
I'm Paul Minette of Cruisin' New England at McMulkin Chevrolet. McMulkin has shipments arriving weekly of the new C7 Corvette.
People from all over the country buy their Corvettes from McMulkin Chevrolet to get the highest level of value and service.
McMulkin Chevrolet always has over 250 Corvettes in stock in their 3-story climate-controlled building. Remember, all roads lead to McMulkin Chevrolet. Check them out at mcmulkin.net.
The Thompson Auto Group.
When September comes, the party begins. Cruise on over to the Big E in West Springfield, Massachusetts, September the 12th through the 28th.
Would you like to see more Cruisin' New England television? Now you can watch Cruisin' New England every day on our website television show. See past episodes featuring premier automobile collections, memorabilia, automobilia, and car shows. You'll see our visit with Charles Gould and his Matchbox Motors Microcar Museum, the Chevy Guy, John Broden's car collection and automobilia, and a whole lot more. Join us on our website television show at cruisingnewengland.com.
Don't miss the Amherst Outdoor Antique Auto Show and Flea Market, Amherst, New Hampshire. The last Sunday of the month, April through October. Over 500 spots. Gates open at 6 a.m. with free admission.
Paul, let me introduce you to Bo Muller, our chief judge.
Wow, Bo, nice to meet you. You got quite a job here today. I mean, I've had a look at some of these boats and they're exquisite. How do you determine who wins these awards?
It's quite a process, actually. There's a whole system involved. The Antique and Classic Boat Society has a score sheet, guidelines that have been developed over the last 20 years. Turn the judges loose, and they have a score sheet. It's a series of 1- and 2-point items. The judging is broken down into 5 categories. There's overall appearance, which is condition and just stand back, a visual appearance. We have a category for upholstery and interior on boats. We have a category for finishes, all the paints and stains. We have a category for instruments and hardware. And then we have, of course, the engine, which is a larger point or a larger percentage of the score. We add up the score at the end, and the high point guy gets the day.
Tough job. I'm glad you got it and I don't. Bo, you got your work cut out for you today.
Thanks, Paul.
Who are we going to meet next?
Let's go over and see the Great Escape.
All righty.
Paul, I'd like to introduce you to our next set of boat owners, Ron and Linda Largy.
Nice to meet you both. When I see the boat, the Great Escape, I think more motorcycles and Steve McQueen. Tell us a little bit about your boat.
Well, the boat is a 1926 42-foot Hubert Johnson built in Bay Head, New Jersey. and it was brought to this lake in 1941 and used as a mail boat for 31 years. And then I purchased it, and the boat is powered by a 1955 Chrysler Majestic 160 horsepower single engine.
This is a huge undertaking. How long did it take you to restore it?
It's still going. It's an ongoing project.
A love of the art.
Right. And thankfully I have a boathouse to kind of protect it a lot through the winter months.
Well, tell us about the interior.
The interior is been changed over because back in the 20s they didn't have a very good layout at all. So I took the best of my old boat and the best of an Elco and put them all together.
Your boat is beautiful. Can we take it out for a ride now?
Yes.
All right, I'm anxious to do it.
Okay.
Sure. So is this all original here?
It's all original.
Yeah?
Yes,
Yeah?
it is.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So do you spend many nights on board here?
We spend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights on this boat out on an island, Welsh Island, which has a yacht club out there, which consists of about 28 members. And we all share. You live on your boats, you have your own private dock, electricity, 700 feet of frontage and 42 acres in the back.
Wow, what a beautiful place that must be.
Oh,
Paradise.
It is.
Paradise. Is it right here on Lake Winnipesaukee? Is it here? Where is it?
It's in the center of the lake.
Right in the center of the lake. Wow, look at that. Welsh Island. Wow, that's terrific. You've been into boating since you were a kid then?
I was written up as a kid by the President Eisenhower's Youth Council they had a program going with unusual kids. And I built a race boat that did 55 miles an hour, and I was written up for it.
With those 8 to 10 footers?
Oh, no, 15 footer.
Wow.
It had a big Buick V8 in it, and
it wasn't a little one.
No, and it really did some clipping right along. And it was a fun project, and I started when I was 13 and I finished it when I was 50.
But you know, I can tell you really enjoy this. You can just see you light up like a light bulb when you talk about the boat.
Oh, it's my passion, it really is. I've enjoyed wooden boats for a long, long time. And I bet I haven't seen the whole lake yet after 40 years.
Yeah, it's a pretty big lake, that's for sure. I'm sure there's some little inlets and coves and stuff there that people don't get a chance to see on a regular basis.
Mighty big lake, yes. They're not making them anymore.
No. I love these boats. I don't know a lot about them, but you can really relate boats to classic cars and hot rods and that. There's a lot of similarities.
Yes, there is. We got an off.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for sharing it with us here today.
Thank you.
When we come back, a lot more Cruisin' New England on Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. Welcome to the Town Fair Tire Recognition Award Series. Each week we're going to be giving away an award to recognize a classic car owner throughout New England. I'm here with Jim Giuliano. He's the Vice President of Marketing and Advertising for Town Fair Tire.
Paul, Town Fair Tire is a proud sponsor of the Recognition Award Series. At the end of the series, we're going to have a Town Fair Tire Choice Award winner for the $500 gift certificate.
It's going to be very exciting. Jim, I want to introduce you to Dennis Lacerda. This is his 1946 Ford.
Dennis, tell us a little bit about your car.
It's got 351 Windsor in it, automatic transmission, air conditioned, and bright blue.
It's really awesome, and on behalf of Town Fair Tire, I'd like to present you with your award.
Thank you.
Get to Town Fair Tire. You always get free mounting, free flat repair, free tire rotation, free snow tire changeover. Drive with confidence. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
We're back, and I'm with Judy and Keith Walcott. What a beautiful boat.
Thank you.
Tell us about it.
Well, it's a 1967 Lyman Open Sportsman. It's 30 feet long. It came from St. Clair, Michigan. It was a Great Lakes boat for quite a while. We bought it and had it trucked over here to Lake Winnipesaukee to let it retire on a nice New England lake. She weighs about 9,500 pounds, holds 105 gallons of gas, and we love it. We have a big family, and it's a great lake boat.
It's a beautiful boat. You know, I'd love to have a ride in it.
We can go for a ride. I've got gas in it.
Okay, well, let's go.
All right, let's go.
I'm glad it's you driving and not me. That was a tight space there.
It's pretty good with twins. The twin engines makes it a lot easier in tighter spots.
Now, would you consider this a showboat? You're taking it to a show today? I mean, is it something that you like to compete with?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We do 4 shows a year, and but it's a user boat. You know, people ask us all the time, "Do you use it?" And I said, "With the work we put into it, yes, we use it."
Well, it's very similar to the classic car hobby. You know, is it a driver?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is a driver.
Right.
Yep, it is a driver.
So, Judy, are you a boat widow or first mate?
It depends on what day of the week you're talking about. On the weekends, I'm a first mate. During the week, I'm a boat widow.
Okay.
Pretty much a boat widow.
You got the bell there. You got. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, the bell was, I guess, a Coast Guard requirement on these up in the Great Lakes. Fire extinguisher.
Can you ring that bell for us, or what? Let's hear that.
Give it a good shot. Good shot. Yep. We got a little horn. But you gotta love the engines. They're all 327s in here.
Yeah, easy to work on.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
And strong, the original engines.
Wow, that's good. If you keep them up, you do everything you
can. A lot of oil change, and I drive it like a grandmother. You know, the compression's still good.
I could get used to this. Thank you so much for the ride. It was awesome.
Absolutely.
And,
glad you could make it.
And hopefully I get to come out here again sometime.
Knows how to handle it. Thank you very much, Keith. Next time. Absolutely.
Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
I guess we're here with a distinguished boat builder.
Yes, this is Tom Turcott of Garwood Boats.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So I understand you brought not one boat, but 3 boats here today.
Well, that's correct. We build our boats over in Brant Lake, New York. So we usually come over to this show every year. Lake Winnipesaukee is a great venue for our product. This boat that we're in is a 1995 that we built.
You say these boats are 1995. They could even be brand new, but it's got that vintage look to them.
That's right. This is built to the specs of a 1938 Garwood, but we put modern power in it. But it still has the leather upholstery. It has all the same hardware. It's the same detail, fit and finish. It's actually better than they were when they were built in the 30s.
So you get the best of both worlds here.
You got the best of both worlds.
And what else did you bring here today?
Well, we have this 25-foot streamliner, and then up ahead is a 28-foot Garwood. That's a triple cockpit. It's built to the specs of a 1937 Garwood. And then the third boat that we brought, which is an old one, we also restored the old Garwoods. That's a 1937 24-foot custom utility.
What type of shape was it in when you got it?
It needed a bottom, which a boat 1937 vintage you would expect, and it had its original motor, which we subsequently rebuilt, but the people wanted to make the boat more user-friendly, so now we repowered it, even though we still have the old engine, with a Merc Cruiser.
You can almost compare building a hot rod or a classic car to building one of these.
So it's much like the custom car builders. We'll customize the boats. We have the basic Garwood design and style, which is a great place to start, and then we'll add the customize it to the individual taste.
All right, one last important question. What's more valuable, to take a boat and restore it, or get one that's a reproduction?
Depends on the buyer. Some people say, I want a new boat that I can use and run. I've enjoyed the antiques, but I know that they demand a different type of use. Our client is the one that wants the look of the old boat, but they want the style and they want the usability of a modern boat. And that's what we offer, and that's what we're most proud of, is to build a boat that looks like this with the modern power and the amenities.
It's exactly like the automotive industry is trying to do right now with their cars, coming out with cars that look like they did, a long time ago. Thanks for sharing these 3 great boats with me today.
My pleasure.
Hey, I'm ready to go look at some more boats. Are you?
Hi, my name is Neil Murley, Murley's Car Care Center. We are Southern New England's Sunoco race fuel dealer. Save on Sunoco race fuel right off Route 3 in Weymouth Heights. And good luck on the track.
These are the faces of childhood food allergies. To these kids, it's not about the inconvenience of restricting peanut products and other food allergens at school or at camp. To more than 6 million of our precious children, it can be a matter of life and death. Help us keep all of our children safe. Learn to recognize allergic reactions. Know the facts about food allergies.
Visit the Wood Museum of Springfield History in Springfield, Mass., home of the world's largest Indian motorcycle collection, and Springfield-built cars, like Rolls-Royce and the Duryea. Check out Cruisin New England Productions' website. You'll see updated information about our fun car show series, including the Magical Mystery Cruise, the Circle of Champions, the Super Wheel Showdown, and the Spooktacular Cruisin' Classic. Also subscribe to Cruisin New England magazine. We feature some of the hottest rides in the Northeast along with event listings and a whole lot more. Don't miss a single issue. And if you want more information about sponsorships, advertising, or personal appearances by Paul Manette, email us at cruisenewengland@aol.com.
In the market for new tires? There's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire. We beat anyone, any day. Online prices? We beat them. Wholesale clubs? Other tire dealers? We beat them. No matter what the brand or the size, Town Fair Tire will beat any price, any day. And you always get all these services free. That's why nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We're back. Paul, a big part of our Lake Winnipesaukee Boat Show is our Field of Dreams, where every single boat here is for sale.
Wow, it's quite an array of boats here, and I see this one here. Who's this owned by?
Well, this is owned by Payson Adams, Paul Manette.
Payson, what a beautiful boat. So you're trying to sell this today?
Yes, I am.
What kind of money is something like this worth?
Well, I've got the number 115,000 on it.
So what makes it a $115,000 boat? What is it?
It's rare.
Tell us a little bit more about the boat.
Well, it's a 1929 Chris Craft, and it's the quintessential woody triple cockpit boat of that bygone era.
Well, on my show here, we do a lot of bartering. Would you be willing to barter, say, like 277 Corvettes and a 1934 Ford Hot Rod for something like this?
Well, I don't know the value of them, but I do know the value of a 1953 Corvette, and that might be considered.
Well, it's funny you say that, because that's the rarest of all Corvettes and probably worth the most money. You're a smart man. Well, folks, if anybody out there's got a 1953 all-original Corvette, he might make a deal with you, but not here today on Cruisin New England. So, Scott, who are we going to meet here?
This is Mark Mason of New England Boat and Motor.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I guess you're a boat builder.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Oh, you're very welcome. Honored to be here.
Yeah.
Tell us about your boat.
Well, it's a 1925 George Crouch designed Gold Cup race boat that no longer exists. Very few of these boats do exist. Most of them disintegrated after a race. They were used in Gold Cup racing, and at some point I found the original plans. And being a boat builder, I knew that I had to build the boat.
What type of speed can you expect to do on this boat?
A little bit over 70 miles an hour.
And that's pretty fast.
That duplicates the original speed. The original boat ran with a number of engines. Ran with a Packard airplane engine. It ran with a 24-cylinder Duesenberg automobile Indianapolis engine.
So what is the power plant in it now?
It's a 600 cubic inch Chevrolet. And I was always envious of my friends that had modern power. And so this boat has modern power.
Well, very good. Let's talk about the finish on this. It's beautiful. It's like a piece of furniture.
Spar varnish built up over mahogany. It's triple planked. This boat is triple planked, vacuum bag construction, so it's very, very strong. So, Paul, this is another boat that I have in the show. I kid people that it's my wife's boat. It's the only one that she'll ride in. She won't ride in the fast boats, but this boat is called Sultana. I owned an original 30-foot Hacker for 20 years and sold it a number of years ago, and then decided to build a replica for myself.
You know, this is almost like restoring an automobile. You know, I can see the chrome on it, I can see the beautiful finishes on it.
I tell people this is nothing but an antique automobile floating on the water, with great leather upholstery, great instruments, steering wheels, hardware.
You know, hot rodders, they look in barns, they go to junkyards. Where do you start with something like this?
Along the way, I've been very lucky and privileged to have found the original drawings for these boats, and we were able to build exact replicas from original drawings.
Oh, here's the boat. Tell us about what you've done to it. Tell us about the finish. Tell us about some of the chrome items you have on there.
Well, the hardware is all cast bronze and chrome-plated, and instrument panel is all restored. It's a Brooklyn steering wheel, a sports car steering wheel from England from the 1930s. I love upholstery, and to me, really nicely done leather upholstery in the original stitching pattern and everything is really critical to a great restoration or a great recreation. And I must have a thing for gauges and instruments, because this boat has 3 instrument panels.
Why would you ever have 3 instrument panels in this boat?
Because I could not find a place for a 4th instrument panel.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mark, I love these boats, and I can't wait to take one of these for a ride.
There we go. We're good.
Mark, I can really feel the power in this thing. You know, you build these things, but driving them's got to be the ultimate.
I love Lake Winnipesaukee. There's 274 islands and probably 150 or 200 miles of shoreline. There's 9 towns around the lake, and each town has municipal docks where you can tie up, like Meredith, and each town has restaurants you can walk to. So we do a lot of boating on the lake, and a lot of it's at night. I love boating at night.
So now, you know, classic cars and hot rods, they have a circuit. Do boats have it?
Yes, there's a vintage regatta circuit for these vintage race boats like Imshi and Scotty 2. There's going to be a regatta here in September in Wolfboro, vintage race boat regatta, and there'll be 50 or 75 boats racing at that event.
Now, is that something you'll take part in with one of your boats?
Yes, yeah.
Mark, thanks a lot for riding the boat here today and sharing your collection with us. Scott, you did a wonderful job.
Thank you, sir.
From Lake Winnipesaukee Antique and Classic Boat Show, I'm Paul Manette. Until next time, I'll be cruising New England.